doing this video because of the every time I call a government agency, including the VA, it goes to the same call center. Now, what I've discovered is that now when it comes to the VA, these people work right at the VA, a call center right inside the VA. Now, I don't agree with it because I think it gives too much power to call center agents that know nothing about medicine. And if you tick them off, they use the VA's DBRS system, disruptive behavior reporting system. They use it, they weaponized it, and they use it against veterans. Now, I say this because when you look through my DBRS complaints, they're almost entirely facilitated or gathered by what they call MSAs, which are the people that work in the call center. And some of these people have absolutely no medical education whatsoever. So why are they working in the VA? This is some part of some comprehensive plan to integrate call center with a dashboard. Now, I mean, some of these things are great. I'll do another video about this sometime. I actually pulled up some of the project documentations for this Health Connect system, and it's very comprehensive. Like I said, it involves a call center that's integrated with the VA, but they also have call center banks where an entire complex is filled with agents. It's complicated. In addition to this dashboard system that used to be standalone, My Health Vet, now it's been integrated with the VA's main site. All these projects started in 2017, I believe, was when they started writing about it, but it was in the works probably as early as 2014, 2015, 2016. But it's been slowly implemented by VISN. A VISN is a VA region. It's a Veterans Integrated Service Network. It's regional. There's I think 30 VISNs, somewhere around there. I could be wrong. But usually they involve multi-state. And these centers, these Vet Health Connect centers, they're integrated on the VISN level, and it's very complicated. It's like a healthcare conglomerate, only it's public. But the problem that I've found is in our region, some of the contracts for the Health Connect, they share contracts for banks and other agencies that go into a call center I used to work at called Morley. Now, there's some great people that work there, some great people that run it. The problem is the level of I wouldn't want to call it nepotism that I saw when I was there. Some people get away with everything, and I've even seen people abusive there. They hung up on people, left people stranded. I'll never forget the call of a girl from in college in Colorado, and she was trying to get a hold of her parents, and she was in the mountains. She was driving home from college, and it was getting snowy and cold, and something happened to her vehicle. And I just remember the call because it came to me after it was cycled. Somebody hangs up, and then the client calls back. It's called recycling, and if they don't hang up and we hang up on them, they're automatically recycled. It's a systemic recycling. But I remember talking to the girl. She's stuck in the mountains. It started to snow, and one of our agents sabotaged her call, saying she's rude, blah, blah, blah. And I knew the girl that said that. And another agent said that couldn't help her, nobody around. So I believe I ended up calling the police, or I called her parents, something like that. But I'll never forget that call. That girl would come and go. They'd always bring her back. I don't know how they worked that out, firing her, bringing her back, firing her, bringing her back, maybe under a different name. And then for a while, she went to work at Apple, came back. She definitely doesn't have the Apple attitude or the Google attitude. Um, but she, anyway, I found a way to help this girl because I don't believe in leaving people behind in any form. Only person that I ever didn't find a way to assist was a guy stuck at a Walmart down south on a hot, muggy evening. And he ended up hanging out in the Walmart. So he was okay, but couldn't find anybody for him. But that's a code. That's a code of honor. You don't leave people behind. You don't leave them stranded or suffering. You don't do that. You find a way. There's always a way. Through, over, or around. Anyway, so a lot of my calls go to this call center, and they're always destructive. I call them. Sometimes I recognize people, and I confront them. I'm like, hey, I used to work with you, or hey, didn't you say your name was Jane? Oh no, it's Lisa. Well, you just changed your name in the middle of the call. Always stuff like this. And these people, they don't help. They're destructive. They never help. I would say, well, I don't want to say never. I would say 65% of the time they don't help. What they do is build a case to be destructive. Especially, I'm not a fan of VA Health Connect. Not at all. I believe they're disenfranchising veterans. And if it's like the state of Michigan call center, which again, some of the same call center shares all of these contracts. Because what the VISN does is they find a contract call center and then they contract them. It's that easy. And more than likely it'll be veteran owned. Disabled veteran owned. Which that's great. Again, the problem is the people they hire. Some of them are destructive, and some of the managers have just as bad attitude as the new hires do, and they're destructive. And they're evil. They're plain and simple. They're evil. And I remember used to joke when I worked there, oh yeah, we got the best of the best and the best of the worst. I didn't find it funny at all. When you're dealing with a human life, especially a veteran or, anybody, somebody stranded, when you hold a human life in your hands, it's nothing to be joked about. That's a serious matter. Even if you're being deployed, that you may have to take that life. Doesn't matter. It's a serious matter. It's totally different situations. We're talking night and day here. But every now and then when you're deployed, you find somebody can become an asset. So you hold that bullet. And then sometimes you find that somebody in a situation, you can't help them. So you find someone who can. Anybody who studied counseling or, studied anything in psychology or nursing or medicine will know what I'm talking about. Or social work. It's all part of the ethics training. You're obligated, if you can't help someone, to find someone who can. Just drop somebody. But anyway, my thing is, when I keep calling in any kind of government, like I said, some of my bank cards, this multiple stuff is the contracts held by these places. And I think, like I said, the people the few, I would say probably 10 or 15 people the past, probably 3 or 4 years, 10, I would say 10 to 20, somewhere around there, 10 to 20. It can't be less than 10, but it can't be more than 20. But I recognize these people. I used to work with them. I don't know if they still work with Morley, because once you get that training, it's easy to get picked up by another call center or to create, or to be a 1099, or to create your own company, to make your own independent call center company. Just one person, one terminal. And they do that. But the thing is that when I call into these people and I recognize their voice, and when I challenge them, they get aggressive, or they start stumbling over their words. You know that they're being deceptive automatically. You don't even need any training, any interview or interrogation training to know that. It's common sense. But when you befriend people, generally they'll leak too. But I love when people leak, because that's when I find out, vast majority of the information that I want. And you just got to make sure it's not emotional leaking. You got to learn to sort. But anyway, what this video is about is I'm tired of the call center intercepting all my calls. And I mean, it's ridiculous. VA, several medical clinics, my bank, let's see what else, school, it's all these things, that keep going to the same call center, or call centers that I've known in the past. It's targeting. And I hope somebody out there that watches this, maybe this helps you, because maybe people told you before that you're out of your mind. You recognize the voice or a name, or you're like, why do I hear people with the TV on in the background, or the kids playing, or I hear somebody honking a horn, sounds like right next to a house or right next to a building. It may be that. Because let me tell you, when you're in a call center, you're not going to hear somebody honking a horn outside the building. Because most call centers, I would say at least 75%, are either brick and mortar or brick and cement, because they have to control sound. Because external influences on call center time, like background noise, that can make a company lose their contract. Because they have call auditors, smart agencies, go Doge. Or no, Doge, I think it's called Doge. Auditors are a great thing, You don't want people who are doing their job sincerely to lose their job, and I don't hope that at all. But I do hope that excess fat is trimmed, and destructive people like that have held us back from going forward with my businesses and working again. Doesn't matter if I'm disabled. There's still a lot of stuff I can do. And some of the companies that I've made are based on daily activities of daily living, ADL. And that means anybody can do it. If you're not in an old folks home or a hospital, even some of these things you can do from a hospital bed in your home.
In the past, I had a really bad experience. I was passed around from phone number to phone number just to file a claim. But with Ox, it's just one phone call.
Several of my businesses, that's what this involves. Doing things that you do every day. Picking up a box, picking up laundry in a laundry basket. That's carrying packages and then dropping them on a dolly. Oh, you got a bad bag? That's okay. Just pick it up and then drop it on a dolly. And they have dollies that fold up for your car. Or you drive to the store, you could do Uber or Lyft. That's what my business involved, this kind of stuff. You can answer the phone, right? You got a Bluetooth? Yeah. Talk to your friends and family all the time? Yeah. Boom. Hey, you got a call center business. All you need is the right equipment and the right connection, and to make sure you don't have hackers that hack into your line. Now, the targeting of us here in near Saginaw County in the township has prevented me from opening my call center business that I had planned. The targeting has ruined that. But we're going to start telling people names, agencies, complexes, everything. because I'm tired of what's happened to my family. This is the devil, and I'm not going to let the devil win. And I just pray the Holy Spirit to give me strength to fight against this demonic stronghold that exists in the Tri-County area, especially in Saginaw. Doesn't matter. I had a discussion with one of my daughters about if the devil goes to church. And she said, no, he wouldn't. And I said, yes, he does. The devil will go to church so he knows the kind of people he's dealing with. He knows what kind of people are spiritually strong and spiritually devoted. He knows the best passages to use to disarm somebody and remove their armor. He knows the right passages to use so the soldier for God will take off their helmet. He knows all of it. He knows how to doubt their salvation, make them doubt their salvation. When they know the tools to do it, whatever church they go to, they know the tools to with fear and trembling, hold on to their salvation. The devil knows that too. He knows how to cast doubt. The devil knows how to destabilize people who go to church every Sunday, or even, some branches, Thursdays and Fridays, or Saturdays, Thursday through Sunday, we'll say. That's a for sure time. And the devil knows all of that. So yes, the devil goes to church. The devil may wear a robe. The devil may be the lady coming out of the church dressed real nice, so sweet. But the minute she gets into her car and she leaves that parking lot, the evil comes back. It may be the young man that's always holding the door for everybody. He's the usher or, some kind of role in the church, or a deacon or something. It could be him. It could be the little kid that comes in and sits in the front row and is so quiet and listens to church. But the minute that they get with their family, they get in their car and they leave the parking lot and they're back at home, all the evil comes back. The devil can be anyone. That's why Jesus said he roams the world like a wolf in sheep's clothing, a predator. And that's what these people do, seeming to work at, innocent jobs. Hey, I'm just working at a call center. Well, when the proper background check isn't done and the people who are hiring don't have the gift of discernment of spirits, people get their lives ruined just by a call center.